This property is called Killandayle. It's a 400 hectare property based at Wollongong in the Wollongong Valley. At Killandayle we have a steer trading operation. That's the backbone to the business. Recently, in the last 5 years, we've actually diversified and we've actually established our own breeding herd and based on Angus and Shorthorn genetics. And so we were very fortunate in sourcing an Angus herd that had Shorthorn cross calves preg-tested in calves. So that gave us production and yield in the first year, and those calves just fitted into our steer trading operation.
So the breeding program the Killandayle have implemented here is really focused on improving that feed conversion efficiency, so getting those animals turned off in the fastest time possible and hitting those market specifications as quickly and easily as possible.
Our aim is that we buy in our trade steers in early autumn, and we will then match the purchase timing of those steers will be matched to the feed supply, and our aim is to finish those steers late spring, very early summer, and they will exit at around 500 to 550 kilograms. And obviously we want the product at the end to meet the market specification for a grass-fed supply. Our prime core business is growing grass and growing high quality grass and volumes of grass. This property was purchased in the mid-70s. From that start there was a desire to improve the pastures from very early on. So we've had sort of 20 to 30 years pasture improvement work done. We're very careful with weed management and managing soil nutrition as well. We've done full blanket liming across the whole property, and we're now in the second phase of that, and we regularly do pasture renovation work. For example, this paddock here, which has just been recently direct drilled, is on a program to renovate that pasture.
So by encouraging legumes such as clover into the system, the Killandayle are potentially reducing their need for nitrogen fertilisers on the property. So nitrogen fertilisers are useful for boosting pasture production, but at the same time they can produce greenhouse gases such as nitrous oxide, which is measured to be approximately 300 times more potent as a greenhouse gas than carbon dioxide. So anything the Killandayle can do to reduce their need for nitrogen fertilisers will also be reducing their greenhouse emissions.
The maintaining of the ground cover is really important for us because with our production system, the majority of the trade steers will be all gone by early autumn, and then we will await the winter break. So basically our pastures get a rest, our soil gets a rest, and that is very helpful in terms of maintaining that ground cover, because with that ground cover, when we get the autumn break, the new pasture is very rapid in terms of regrowth.
The changes that the Killandayle family have made here in improving their fertiliser program and pasture improvement will potentially result in improvements in their soil carbon levels. As plants grow, they take in carbon from the atmosphere and return it to the soil, where it is eventually broken down to form part of the soil carbon.
And the other key benefit, of course, is we will always want to reduce any soil erosion. Sort of in the last 20 or 30 years, we've had minor gully erosion in specific sites on the property, and we've undertaken programs through Holbrook Land Care to correct that, and that's been most successful.
By simply increasing the amount of biomass that they produce from the pastures, they will eventually be turning more organic matter back into the soil, where it will be broken down and contribute to increasing their soil carbon levels.
Through Holbrook Land Care, we've participated in the nutrient management program, and that's been most beneficial for the business because it's enabled us to become, I suppose, more educated in terms of what actually that fertiliser application is resulting in on our soils, and helps us make better informed decisions. About 10 years ago, or thereabouts, dung beetles were introduced to the property. There's been beneficial improvements to the landscape and I think to the soil profile as a result of those dung beetles and the work that they do, and assisting with the carbon cycle. Also through the tree planting, we just thoroughly enjoy the bird population. That increase of biodiversity is really important. Ongoing, our goals are to continue our production system. We believe from a management perspective, the system we have currently really works for us and our lifestyles, and really the country is benefiting from our production system. We're producing high quality beef that's receiving a premium price. Meanwhile, we're looking after our environment on this property, and we're ensuring that quality of the landscape and the farming system will be here for the long term.